How about let's you and I have a quick chat about lead follow-up. It's not about the script. Listen, it's no surprise that the money is made in the lead follow-up, or as I like to say, communicating with your prospect or a lead, whatever you want to call it. So here's the scenario that happens. A lead comes in, most likely online, the way it happens these days. The question is, how do we convert that lead to a client? What do I say? Do I need a script? Do I need to know how to handle objections? And of course, everybody is looking for scripts, the magical words. I'm gonna stop with the air quotes. They're a little bit annoying. So do you need a better script perhaps? Is that really the magical answer? No, it's not about the script. What this really comes down to is your know, like, and trust factor. We've all heard that, but they're not know, like, and trust as in one thing. They're actually three completely separate and distinct categories. Know, like, and trust. They're built in that order. If they don't know you, how can they possibly like you? If they don't like you, how can they possibly trust you? So first step is, well, they have to get to know you. When you do any form of lead follow-up, the follow-up is so much easier when they know you. And I know what you're thinking, yeah, but the lead just came in online, they don't know me. Well, of course, you're 100% right. And that's the problem. They don't know you. So what does the real estate industry and the coaches, what do they throw at you? What do they tell you to do? Well, learn better scripts and learn how to handle objections better. And of course, I understand that theory. But the real question is there a better way of converting these leads without coming across, no more quotes, salesy? Can you do it without coming across salesy? The simple answer is yes. It's done through creating content. But what kind of content? Well, there are two different types of content you can create. I'll get back to that in a second. Let me paint a scenario for you, a picture if you will. What if just out of the blue, Brad Pitt called you? Now, just by me asking you that question, I know that you have formed your opinion about Brad Pitt. Well, there's two different scenarios here. If you don't know Brad Pitt, you may be thinking, Brad Pitt, I wouldn't like it. Like, who the hell is Brad Pitt? But most people know Brad Pitt, so that's why I chose his name. So for the other 99% of the population, their answer could be one of two categories. OMG, Brad Pitt is calling me? Hell yeah, I'll talk to him. And then you've got other people that are more like, well, I don't really like the guy, whatever. But if he called me, I may take the call just so I can say I spoke with Brad Pitt. Think about that for one moment. Brad Pitt doesn't know you, but you know Brad Pitt. So if he called you out of the blue, would you have an easier time opening up to Brad? I would guess probably yes. So can you see how that's made possible through content? Does Brad Pitt make content? Absolutely he does. He is in many movies, many TV shows. He's on so many different social media platforms. He's got so much content. A movie is content. A commercial is content. So you know Brad Pitt. So let's go back to returning lead calls and how to make them easier. If people have never spoken with you, then yes, it makes life tougher. But if they have seen you online through content that you make and they become your lead, when you call them, do you think that conversation's different? 100%. So here's the deal. Create content and put it online. If somebody knows you and you become a lead, it will be an easy conversation. However, not everybody is going to know you. So how do you deal with these people? Well, you inject or put content into your lead follow-up system. It's not magical, I promise you. If your lead follow-up system has content built into it, that person will get to know you. Relationships aren't formed like that. But of course, we're led to believe, well, you have to follow up and get a yes, and you say this, and here's some scripts, objection handling. That's really not the way of going about creating a relationship, creating that know, like, and trust factor. Think about your closest friends. Did they become your closest friends because one morning you got together and after 5 seconds, boom, you're really close friends? Of course not. You had to first get to know them, then you probably had to like them, and then you trusted them. 3 completely separate things. Your lead follow-up system must build that, and it makes lead follow-up and conversion so much easier. We're not talking about cold calling. Reaching out to somebody is obviously, in my opinion, not very professional. But if the lead comes in, meaning they're reaching out to you, you need to respond. Sometimes they know you and sometimes they don't. But when they know you, that conversation is almost like talking to a friend. They know you, like you, and hopefully trust you. But if they know nothing about you, you need to build those 3 steps into your lead follow-up system. Does that make sense? It's not about the script, because the reality is when you became best friends with whoever your best friend is it because you learned the right scripts to say for them to become your best friend? No, it was a mutual conversation. There was no, hey, take control of this conversation. Be professional. Make sure you ask the questions. Yet, really, do you think that's the way a friendship is made? By you controlling everything? No, absolutely not. It's about mutual give and take. It's about asking questions, listening, replying, and doing whatever is in that person's best interest. Everyone has an amazing BS meter. People will smell it a mile away when you're trying to feed them a line or have a script that you're not comfortable with. I'm not saying there's anything horrible with having a script. I do believe that there should be some sort of a step. What am I going to say, first or second? But they shouldn't be very one-sided and controlling. That's not the way a relationship works. But if somebody needs help, real estate help, and they reach out to you online and they become a lead, you have to have a system that creates your know, like, and trust factor. So you can communicate with them much easier. They will open up to you much quicker and easier, and you can have almost like a friend-to-friend communication. When you're talking to a friend, there is no, oh, should I hold anything back? Typically, that's what we get. That's what you hear from a prospect. You're trying to ask a question, and you know they're not giving you the answer. You know they're holding back. You know they're saying whatever it takes to get you off the phone. They just want the information and see you later. They want nothing to do with you because they don't know you, and they know you're probably trying to get them to do something they don't want or need in that moment. That's why agents look for these magical scripts. It's not about the magical script. You just have a conversation about, hey, how can I be of service, of help to you right now? What do you need? You see, they may not be in the market to buy or sell a home right now, but we're taught in the real estate industry, well, use the script to get an appointment, get face-to-face. And this whole mentality just kind of came from this old school 1985 approach. It's no longer 1985. People don't want a script. They want help. But they're trying to get you off the phone because they know that, well, you're just another agent that's going to try to get me to buy or sell. They may not need you in that moment. They just want answers. But if they know who you are, if they know, like, and trust you, they will open up to you. So by the time they go to buy or sell, you're their obvious choice. Does that make sense? It's all about the content. They either know you already before they have become a lead, or your lead follow-up system must have built in the know, like, and trust factor. As they go from being a cold lead to 5 months later being a hot lead, well, you have already built a relationship with them through content. So that's my message for today. I hope you liked it. Listen, if you did, click the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the ringy dingy bell button. Good, right, Bob? He says good. See you tomorrow.